What's going on with y'all, bro? Today, Afro Soldier in the building. Today, what I want to talk about is why peace can never exist, and if for those who say we don't want peace, we want equality, and we want to be equal, that couldn't exist either, because you can't. Let me start off with why peace can't ever exist. In my eyes, peace can't ever exist because everybody's version of peace is different. Thus making us unequal. Sure, if you want to say, in body we're equal, but in mind we are not equal. There are billions of people on the planet, right? Each one has their own version of peace. My peace isn't the same way. It's different versions of other people's versions of peace. Like honestly, I used to have an ideology for so long that to acquire peace you needed to get rid of white people. And that was my ideology. Oh goddamn, she got a fat ass, shit. But anyhow, wait, is that recording? No, it's recording. Anyway, but yeah, that was my ideology of peace. Get rid of white people. And then you have other people that's like, yo, that's not really ideology. It's not really that's not my version of peace. So who's to say that if I ever came to a position of power and I say, you know what, throw all white people in jail, that's not peace. Do the same shit that white people did to us. That's not peace and equality. And that's why we can never have peace, because everybody is different. And once we learn to accept the fact that there can never be peace, but we don't need to have world peace. What we need to have is a world understanding and a world view. We need to learn to not change our perspective, but be able to look from everybody's perspective. And that's what's truly, is going to bring us to any type of world peace. Because world peace is a delusion, dog. The dream, it's a motherfucking dream, my nigga. That's why you have niggas like Martin Luther King. I had a dream, when blacks and whites got together and got along, nigga. That's never gonna happen, nigga. You feel me? People, not just blacks and whites, but people are never gonna get along. For as long as we live, we always find a way to destroy shit, including each other. So, history repeats itself, But the only reason history is repeating itself because we're not teaching ourselves and we weren't taught this shit. Most people weren't raised by thinkers. Our parents, I know my parents, my mother is, but, my parents, they're not, the superest of thinkers. More my mother than my father. She's more of a thinker, but most of our parents, dog, they're not really thinkers, So we're not raised by these niggas, bro, and we're not taught to look through other people's perspectives, right? Especially in the black community. What's taught in the black community is if you don't like it, if you don't like what somebody's doing, you check them on it, If they don't want to listen to you, you deal with it, however means necessary. I'm not going to say however means necessary, but, you just check them for us, and which often leads to, any means necessary type shit, That's what young black men take it like. But the whole idea of peace is a fucking delusion, It is a fucking delusion, Because let's take white supremacists for example. Their goal is for whites to be the only fucking species on the world, right? So if we said, okay, yeah, if I had a wish to have world peace for everybody, who's to say that world peace isn't gonna come true? If you gotta really think about this shit, bro. World peace for white supremacists are for the whites to be the only fucking race on the planet. So by granting them that world peace, or that peace that they granting somebody peace, it's at the destruction of other people, And then you got. I want y'all to just look from this perspective, but then you have those like me saying, "Oh fuck no, I don't want just whites to be on the motherfucking planet. I want to be on the motherfucking planet too." But by me saying that, I'm not bringing white supremacist peace. Am I wrong for that? Fuck no, because I'm my own person. But that is why peace can never exist, because there will always be, contradictions, there will always be bickerments and arguments about shit, right? So, that's why peace can never fucking exist, bro. I hope that actually made sense, because I was thinking of like a better way to put it, but that was like my best way of putting the shit, why it can't ever exist, I fucking forgot what I wanted my other topic to be. Hold on, let me pause this shit. Let me think about that shit. Shit, I don't remember what I wanted to talk about secondly, but I'm just gonna throw in this topic right here. God and righteousness, What I notice with a lot of people, is we have, like I said, I mean, no, this is even the second topic. This can tie into the peace part. Let's take religion, for example. Everybody has their own different religions, and that's not wrong. It's not wrong to have your own religion, your own thoughts about shit, because that's what makes us human. Well, not human, but that's what makes us people, That just makes us conscious beings, having our own experiences, living this materialistic life based upon those experiences. You're not wrong for that. I wouldn't say you're wrong for that at all, my nigga. But what I noticed with a lot of religious people, and I noticed this more with Christian scene, that I kind of grew up in a Christian household, but I noticed more this Christians, and I'm sure it's in other religions and groups of people too, but we're not true to ourselves. It's like I know Christians, right? Me and my nigga was just talking yesterday, and what he was telling me, is how in the Quran it says you should not drink alcohol and shit, and in the Bible it says you should not drink alcohol. What do you do in motherfucking church? You drink wine, my nigga. And I pointed out to him that, in the Bible it says not to do witchcraft. Witchcraft is evil, but yet in the motherfucking church, what do? You drink wine to represent Jesus's blood, and then then you eat bread to represent his flesh, So, is that wrong? It's contradictory, but is it wrong, Because if it brings Christians happiness, and if that's truly what they believe, who's to say that, that they're wrong from that? Even if they're contradicting themselves a tiny bit, who's to say that they're wrong, Other religions will confidently say that them motherfuckers are wrong, and Christians will confidently say that other motherfuckers are wrong, and in actuality, you guys are all worshiping the same thing, you guys are all kind of following the same ideology. It's no real difference, So, what another thing I noticed with religious people is, like I said, they're not true to themselves, I know a lot of religious people, right, that will go crazy about God and talk about God, and they will go just bazookas, nigga, about God and shit. But then when it comes down to the actual teachers, like, no sex before marriage, or not drinking alcohol, they don't follow that shit, And I'm not saying, like, nigga, it's like, nigga, if you want to do you, my nigga, do you, I'm not finna fucking judge you and shit, but, like, do you, I'm not judging, but when you try to impose those beliefs on other motherfuckers, them motherfuckers get mad, and then they're gonna try to impose their motherfucking beliefs on you, and then you're gonna get mad, and then that's how you get shit like the Crusades. I think the Crusades, the Crusaders, they were both Christian, but they just view Christianity in a different way. And were they wrong for viewing it in a different way? No, they were wrong for acting out, based on that, And is it acceptable? Because you can, some people can say, you can bring up the argument that it's acceptable because, just like schizophrenics have a tendency of saying that God told them to do some shit, So who's to say that, it wasn't a message from God on both sides, Who's to say that, it's like one group, like let's say Naruto, for example, right? Nigga, Hashirama, you got the Senju clan and the Uchiha clan, right? Both, basically, this isn't like really how it went, but let's just say that both clans worship the same God, but they were just, they had different beliefs on it, So their version of God, of the Senju clan's God, told them to go to war with the Uchiha clan God, and the Uchiha clan God told them not to go to war with the Senju clan. But since the Senju clan's God, the Almighty told them to go to war with the Uchiha clan, now they're going to war and now they're breeding violence. Is that to say that God's evil? No, it's not to say that God's evil. It's not to say that he's good either. It's not to say that he's neutral or playing both sides, but all this shit is how we perceive it, And when I would say perception is key, I say perception is key because perception is one of the main reasons we don't have peace, and we can never have peace, perception is one of the main reasons that is a factor in life, you know, because as long as people you see things differently, as long as people can think for themselves, we can never be truly equal, you know, and that's where that whole equality shit comes from, you know. People want equality without understanding that you cannot be equal. There is no way that you can be equal, you know. Like, just that's exactly why, you know, having I think this is a monarchy. I don't know. It's like, yeah, I guess it is. I don't know. I don't remember. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments or whatever. But this is a monarchy, you know, and that's what I believe. Anarchies are really good, but really bad at the same time, you know, because that's why you have two political parties, for example, you know, the Democrats and Republicans, you know, we all know that they're both the same thing, but, you know, they work for different, you know, they believe different things, you know, and when one person from the Republican side, you know, gets in power, like let's say Donald Trump, whatever side he belongs to, gets in power, he's going to enforce the shit that he said for whatever party he was running for, you know, but then that's not what everybody is going to like. Everybody is not going to like his, you know, decisions, you know, and is Donald Trump wrong for everybody not liking the decisions? No, he's not wrong, you know. He's not wrong for not having everybody like his decisions, you know. But that's why shit like anarchism is like a really good factor into life, you know. Personally, I believe it's an extremely, you know, helpful factor for life, you know. And that's why peace will never exist, because we keep falling into these delusions that we're equal to each other, you know, and that we're all the same, you know. We're all the same, you know. We're not, you know. Even, let's think about this, bro. How the fuck can random strangers be exactly the same when you and your motherfucking brother or sister ain't even the same? Y'all both come out the same vagina. Like, really think about that shit, man. You know, how can you and a complete motherfucking stranger be the same when you and your motherfucking brother and sister? You know, nigga, you and your mama, nigga, you ain't the same, bro. Like, sure, you may share opposing views and like the same. I mean, you may share the same views and share the same genes, but y'all not the same people. You know, y'all not equal. And you come to learn to accept that, which is why you respect your elders. You know, you understand. Okay, they have more knowledge than us. We're not equal to them. You know, like, damn, why these motherfuckers always littering, bro? Dirty motherfuckers, bro. But yeah, G, you know, that's some shit that you just come to understand, bro. And I'm not even gonna say that's part of waking up, you know. That's just part of not falling for your own delusions, my nigga, and pushing yourself deeper and deeper into a motherfucking like hole of delusions, like most people, you know. You know, so if equality really existed, dog, I mean, if equality really existed, then life would be fucking boring, in a way, you know. Life would be fucking boring. Like, straight up, my nigga. They'd be fucking boring. What makes peace not achievable, you know, is just us and our natural instincts, you know, and us just being people, and us just having these, you know, at the end of the day, we still have these savage tendencies, you know, especially men. Man has these savage tendencies, you know. And we're like, as far as just as a people and the species as general, we're all so off from each other, you know. Nobody's putting in active work to become, you know, and that's a necessity to each other, because that's what we're for, you know. You think whoever put us on the earth is just so men can rule, you know? No, it's a motherfucking like duality type shit, bro. It's a co-op project, you know. It's a co-op type thing, bro. It ain't no buku shit, dog, nigga. It ain't no solo, nigga. This ain't motherfucking Apex or Call of Duty, nigga. It ain't no solos, bro. You know, it's duos. That's why you do better in video games when it's like duos or trios, nigga, because you need somebody to pick you up when you down, my nigga. You feel me? If you doing this shit solo, you ain't never gonna get nowhere. You know, if you trying to discover yourself solo, you never gonna get nowhere. But if you're trying to discover yourself with a person, then you're gonna get somewhere in life. Because now you have different views clashing, but with that can birth a new view and a new, in a way, opportunity for a dream or for, opportunity for success. Now, that's exactly what happened with me and my homie yesterday. We was talking for like 4 hours on the motherfucking phone. And what happened is, he was, we was bringing up different views and shit. But at the end of the day, we both had our own views, right? But we made with my views and my conclusions and his views and his conclusions, we made like 5-6 different conclusions to shit. Not even conclusions, but possible conclusions and observations on life, type shit. Like that's the power of two and duality. You feel me? That's the power. That's the power of working together, and that's, if anything, that's what's gonna bring us closer to peace and equality, Not no buku bullshit, right? But yeah, bro, not no buku bullshit, bro. That ain't really gonna bring us closer to peace. That's gonna continue to, hinder us in our growth, bro. It's gonna continue to hinder us in our motherfucking growth, man. Like, truly, and that's what I believe, man. I always thought like shit like anime, and like TV shows, nigga, like they can, in a way, it's real shit. It's real life shit, Like shit like anime, my nigga, is real life shit, And I've come to accept that we can really take life lessons and shit from nigga people we don't even know, That's the importance of reading books and shit, bro. Cause but my nigga Omar, he recommended me like 4 different books, right? And he brought up a point. He was like, what's funny is that we are learning information about life from dead people, And he was talking about how, if it's something he can fucking leave, if it's something he can like leave on the earth or something like that, it's got to be something like not just his name, because our names are gonna die out. But at the end of the day, our names are gonna die out and shit, but we're still gonna have that legacy. If I wrote a book, that book is gonna be published, and it's gonna be a lasting effect. It's gonna be in different schools and shit. Nigga, all that shit is gonna, it's like a thing where you could be halfway across the fucking world type shit, bro. And you still receiving that information. You still, it's a personal growth type thing, bro. It's a personal growth type thing, bro. And we think, it's kind of the wonders of books, And not to say that books are going to bring us any closer to world peace and equality, but it's a step, But the first steps to really finding, some type of peace and equality is looking within yourself, and trying to have some type of self-development, So, that's my personal, view on like peace and all the other bullshit, right? And equality. I don't believe it can exist. It definitely will never exist in my lifetime, Probably not in my kids or my grandkids or my great-grandkids' lifetime, because it's a process, bro. 400 years of not having peace, isn't just going to bring peace miraculously one night, or in not even 400 years, nigga, not like, but for millions of years, bro, we've never had some type of peace, bro, and you know what I'm saying, history repeats itself, right? History really does repeat itself, which is why we've never had peace. If we could find peace once, right? If we look, I ain't gonna say peace never existed, but worldwide peace never existed, right? Hold up. But worldwide peace never existed. If you look in the smaller communities and you look at like small communities and shit, like you can see peace in those communities, Of course, everybody is dealing with their own issues and their own problems, but it's still, as far as the community, damn, this motherfucking butterfly. But yeah, as far as the community, goes, it's peace in that community, So that's why, like they say, history repeats itself. So once we can find, you know, some type of peace within, you know, these smaller communities where we can look and we can apply this shit to like a world view, you know, a bigger scale, you know, life. You know, that's what I believe, bro. I don't believe it's just gonna happen miraculously in 2,000 years or some shit, you know, because it's gonna take us a while to really wake up and find ourselves, you know, as people, you know. Most people are gonna have to do, you know, numerous reincarnations, you know, in order to really find themselves, bro. You know, and to find what finding yourself means is not finding, you know, like who your body, like who, like, let's see, my name's CJ, right? Finding myself doesn't mean what is CJ like, you know, what does CJ like to do? That's not finding yourself, you know. Finding yourself is like, okay, what is CJ? What is, even, throw off all materialistic attachments like names and all that other bullshit. Who am I? You know, who am I? You know, that's the type of shit that we gotta start looking at, you know. And once we find that, nigga, we straight. You feel me? Once the majority of the population learns and understands how to find themselves, we gonna be good. You feel me? But until then, nigga, we kind of stuck. You know, we kind of stuck in a way, bro. Yeah, homie. But yeah, that's all I have for this video and shit, bro. My phone battery running out. What was that? 20 more minutes? Yeah, bro. Sorry I ain't uploaded in a while, bro. I mean, you know, kind of tired and shit. You know, drained and shit, bro. But yeah, but hey, stay up though. You know, and you know, keep your head up, bro. And take everything with a grain of salt, you know. Don't believe everything you motherfucking hear. Don't believe everything you motherfucking see, my nigga. Like, all this shit at some point is a fox. But yeah, homie, stay up.